In this episode of Getting to Know TheShwantz27, I go over haters, the most boring thing I've ever had to endure, and I'm going to cobble together different pieces of other Call of Duties in order to make my own. But first, do you hear this? Are you listening to this sexiness? It is my brand new, just from Christmas, blue snowball microphone, and it is going pretty well so far. Got to figure out all of the different settings and things that I have to tweak on it, but it is still much better than that Turtle Beach headset microphone. Let's get into the questions here, and the first one is from Knott's Predator. How did you meet each individual in the crew? By the way, we did our first ever crew cast. It's sort of a podcast with the different members of the crew. In that particular podcast, we discussed IGN's top Call of Duties of all time list, which is complete and utter fucking trash, and YouTube copyright things, and we went off on a few tangents in between. Make sure you check it out. It is up over on the Crew XBL channel, and I'll leave a link to the Crewcast in the description, but make sure you subscribe to that channel. All future Crewcasts are going to be uploaded to that channel. So anyways, back to the question. I met most of them through Deadly Sandals. I know I met you, Knots, and Gifted at CoD, or Dutchy, or some weird Kent, and Ray's Gaming, and Martin, aka I'm Rejects, and Barney JVW Gaming. All those guys I met through Deadly Sandals. Now, I Plow Apes and Chaos Lord David I actually met through either Tempted Swift or PwnStars.com along the way. And basically, they're just, guys that I game with and guys that I shoot the shit with, and that's kind of how we formed the little crew. And what are your opinion on haters? Now, this is a great question. Haters, I smash the fucking haters. Most people just leave them alone, but me, if somebody's got something to say to me and it's not very nice, you best fucking believe that I am going to go after them. Now, on the most recent Overpowered upload, which you should also go check out, it is the Not Top 5 series, which gets uploaded over there every Monday, by the way. So this guy basically just left a comment that says, this guy fucking sucks and he's a douche. So I went back at him. I checked out his channel, because this is what I do with all of my haters' comments. I check out their channel and I see what their content is like. This guy has uploaded 2 videos and they're fucking terrible. So I'll leave the comment thread up on the screen because it's fucking hilarious. But basically I told him that his commentaries are so boring that even insomniacs went to sleep when listening to them. So he came back at me and said that I needed thick skin. And here's the difference. I have thick skin. If somebody wants to give me constructive criticism, that's fine. As a matter of fact, a bigger YouTuber than me reviewed kind of my content on my channel, said that it's very funny, but one, I need to get new equipment, which I finally did. I finally got the blue snowball microphone. And 2, I need to, stop doing my intro because it's extremely obnoxious and would turn people off. Well, the point of the intro was to be extremely obnoxious because it was making fun of other people who do the, hey guys, how's it going? Hey YouTube, what's happening kind of thing. You know what I mean? That was kind of the mock intro, it was long and dragged out on purpose. But anyways, so that was constructive criticism, and I took that criticism, and some people were like, your sayings are getting kind of stale, make up some new ones. And I'm like, fine, that's constructive criticism, I can take that. But when somebody says this guy fucking sucks and he's also a douche, that's not constructive criticism. And then somebody else tried to jump, in with him and was like, yo, dude, listen, you're being an asshole. He's giving you constructive criticism. I'm like, he's not giving me constructive criticism. What don't you guys understand about constructive criticism? It's something that you could actually change. Not just some blanket statement that any fucking dumb internet troll can put down in the comment section. And he's like, your commentaries are boring. It's like, listen, my commentaries may not be your style, but they are anything but boring. I know that from my 1.5 or maybe even almost 2 years of experience on this YouTube scene. Alright, you have 2 motherfucking videos on your channel, which, by the way, they are so fucking boring that if I'm ever in need of sleep deprivation, I could go and fucking watch them. So that's the thing. I will go and watch your content if you tell me something, and if your content fucking sucks, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna listen to you. If you have no clue what the fuck you're talking about, then I am not gonna take your fucking advice. Keith the Killer, aka Street Keith, aka the nigga that be like bang bang, asks, shit, well, how many bitches did you fuck in high school? Well, if you don't count my left and right hand, then sadly only one. I got a girlfriend my junior year, and we dated up through my first semester of my freshman year in college. So I was only with one girl in high school, and in college I really was only with like 5 or 6 different girls. So my sex count isn't really that high, because to be honest with you, when I went out, I never went out looking for pussy. I always went out looking for a good time, you know, get drunk and hang out with my buddies. And if, you know, some girl ended up, you know, coming up to me and, you know, hanging out, then that's fine. Then I would just go from there. But really, you know, I just would rather go home, watch porn, and jerk off. It's much easier. You don't have to fucking court the bitches and shit. You know, for me, I was never really about going after the girls. I was just about having a fun time with my buddies. H.R. Vatska for Life 1337. What is the most boring thing you've ever had to endure? Well, on a previous episode of Getting to Know TheShwantz27, I talked about the time I got in-school suspension, and it was extremely boring. So I'll leave the link to it in the description. Basically, I was locked in a room all day long and couldn't go anywhere. Recently, the most boring thing I've ever had to endure is the movie Cloud Atlas. It is fucking horrible. It is 3.5 hours long, and it is the most boring fucking pile of shit movie I've ever watched in my entire life. It is so, like, schizophrenic all over the place, but at the same time, the story never really goes anywhere. So, it's fucking boring. And for video game-wise, it's a toss-up between Black Ops and Ghosts. MDE Productions HD, do you think that the CoD series is starting to go downhill as far as people having an interest in it, or do you think it has started a long time ago? For me, it started during Black Ops 2. The game was so fucking broken from its core gameplay mechanics and was never fixed. Now, Ghost tried to do the extreme opposite as Black Ops 2, and it's also fucking bad. Listen, you don't have to, you know, go the total opposite of linear fucking, you know, cookie cutter, you know, copy and paste from one half of the map over to the other. But don't go the extreme fucking opposite where there's just clutter fucking everywhere. It's just so annoying, because Ghost is basically the answer to Black Ops 2. And most people with Black Ops 2 weren't saying these are things that we hate. It's just these are, you know, extreme things. And they took the other extreme with it. So, yeah, and Ghost is not faring very well on YouTube so far, and I can tell. The game is fucking boring. It's not designed for those high-scoring type of gameplays. The streaks aren't very powerful. It's more for gun-on-gun action. And unfortunately, most fucking people don't have gun-on-gun action. By designing maps such that all you have to do is get to the power positions and you're fine, it leads to a game that's fucking boring. T.I. Crimson asks, so here's an interesting question for you, my friend. Out of all the Call of Duty games that I've played, and considering what things are the franchise now, what would you take from them to add to the next Call of Duty game with some of your own persona input that you feel the Call of Duty is lacking? So one thing I would actually add is a 357 playlist to appease all of the Call of Duty World at War players. It'd be a playlist, kind of like a mosh pit, but the only streaks you could have is 357. I've been saying this for at least 2 or 3 years now, and I'd scale back a lot of the things. Call of Duty started to, as I'm going to borrow a phrase from my buddy Mars Gaming, jump the shark, if you will, once they started adding all of these stupid fucking beepity bops into the game. Call of Duty doesn't have to be a game that's riddled with fucking gimmicks and bullshit. It just has to be simple. Or not like extremely simple, but more simple. Me personally, Modern Warfare 2 was kind of the apex of the customization. There was, you know, the perk layout plus your kill streaks you can customize. Made a list here of all of the different things from the different Call of Duty games that I'd incorporate. So for Call of Duty 4, it'd be the gameplay mechanics and the gun balance. From World at War, it would be the voice acting and the gore. I want the fucking legs to be blown off. Plus, I also really like the co-op campaign in that game. It's the only campaign campaign I've actually ever played. Modern Warfare 2 would have to be the kill streak customization. Black Ops, I'd take the maps. Modern Warfare 3, I take the strike packages because I do like the specialist package, and I like the idea of the support package. I think it's been implemented okay in Ghost. It was implemented terribly in Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 2, I would take the score streak concept. So instead of getting kills towards your streaks, you'd go with score. And I'd also take the CODcaster mode and the customization of the private matches. Those were really good. And then for Ghosts, I'd take the create a class system. I like that you don't have to run with a secondary and it'll give you an extra perk if you want to. But the perk system is kind of fucking weird. I don't like, it's way too crazy. You don't need that many fucking perks with different points. It's too fucking much. But I like the idea that you could take away things and put them in other places. Kind of like in Black Ops 2 with the point system. Next, Ethan Brewer. Yo, I have a question for you. Do you pour, P-O-O-R, it's supposed to be P-O-U-R, by the way, pal. Pour the milk or pour the cereal first? Just wondering. I like my cereal like I like my vagina. Dry and crunchy. I don't like milk in my cereal, man. That shit's fucking soggy. Fucking milk and cereal is disgusting, yo. And I like cereal that I can eat with my hands, like on the go. So I'll pour myself a little like Tupperware thing of like Cheerios or Fruit Loops or something like that. Or, you know, what are they called? Frosted Mini Wheats. And eat them in the car on the way to work. That's how I like my cereal. And can I play with you Christmas Day on Ghosts on Xbox One? I really love your vids and I really want to play with you sometime. Well, obviously Christmas Day is already passed, and I didn't play Ghosts on Christmas Day, but I played yesterday and got some of the gameplay that you're actually watching in the fucking background, because Christmas noobs are great. But I don't really play Ghosts that much anymore. I play Battlefield 4 a lot. And if you follow me on Twitch, you'll get an email whenever I go live. And trust me, I play with viewers. You can also follow me on Twitter, and I'll tweet out when I'm playing with people. Shoddy Boss asks, what is your favorite goddamn song of all time? So I have like kind of categories of favorite songs, right? Because it's hard to pick a favorite one. So for rock or metal, it'd have to be either Blackened by Metallica. I just love, you know, that riff. The fucking opening riff, you know, of the song. And I love how they took the intro and they backmasked it. So they played the intro forwards, but then when they put it on the album, they put it in backwards. And I also like Waking the Demon by Bullet for My Valentine. I love that riff, the I'm just gonna put it in here because I'm not gonna mouth it. And I also really love the halftime feel of that chorus. You know what chorus I'm talking about, the epic one. That's my shit. For rap, I'd have to go with Super Thug by Noriega. I love that fucking beat. It's so awesome. The lyrics, whatever, you know, they're not that big of a deal. But the beat is what really makes that song and really makes it fun. Matt's Talking asks, how should I, or any YouTuber really, go about bringing new ideas / content to the channel? I'm getting dried out. So for that, I'd say make the videos that you'd want to see a bigger channel make. Leverage the strengths that you already have and know your niche. I know my fucking role. I'm a rager and a shoutcaster. So when I make my videos, I make sure that I incorporate, you know, some of each most of the time. I get series ideas from the things that happen to me while I game. You know, crappy clans, terrible teammates, chiropractor visit, unsolved mysteries. These are things that just randomly happened while I was gaming and it was like, oh, I should make a fucking video about it. You know, I had so many random leftover bullshit clips from Black Ops 2 from where I wasn't actually recording my voice that I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to make an episode of this out of it. And eventually it evolved into Unsolved Mysteries. Or I make videos on things I'd like to see, like Battlefield Boot Camp would be helpful to me when I played Battlefield 3. Or the patch parodies I think are fucking hilarious. And it's about time somebody rips into Call of Duty for putting out shitty fucking patches. Same thing with DICE. They Call Me Apes asks me a fucking bunch of questions. It's a lightning round, people. Let's get ready to go. Do you like baths or showers? I like showers. Who the fuck likes stewing in their own filth? Do I blow dry my hair or do I let it dry on its own or do I towel dry? I fucking air dry that sheet. No, I'm just kidding. I gel it while it's wet. That's how I get my spiky hair. I never blow dry my hair. Even when I had long hair, I never blow dried it. At the beach, would you rather play in the sand or play in the water? I'd play in the water. It's too fucking hot for the beach. Even though I'm from Long Island, I don't like the beach. I get really cranky and irritable when I'm hot. Do I think people should eat the fish they catch or just let them go? There's a huge overfishing problem that we have going on. But think about how fucked up fishing is. Imagine if somebody just plunked you from your home, after saying, yo, here, I've got a brand new car for you, get in it and drive. And all of a sudden, when you got to get in it and drive, it drove you to some fucking weird, crazy person's house. He then experimented on you for a little bit, and then just was like, alright, I'm gonna let you go. Are you fucking kidding me? That's so fucked up. Fishing is really fucked up if you think about it. But if you're gonna fish, just eat the fucking fish you caught. And what do you like better, hands or feet? Feet are fucking nasty, man. Gotta go with hands. GOVHQ, what makes you get started on YouTube, and what's your favorite movie and TV show? So for getting started on YouTube, I already answered this many times. But, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version here. It's friends thought I was hilarious whenever I gamed with them, and they wanted to hear back some of the shit that I said when I was in lobbies, like my funny moments and my rage. So that's why I started recording and then putting it up on YouTube, because I knew that I would have an audience for it. So favorite movie would either be The Hangover, because I could recite almost every line from it, and it's amazing every single time you watch it, or Gone in 60 Seconds, and the Nicolas Cage one is the one I'm talking about. So for TV show, I don't really watch TV very much, but Penn and Teller's Bullshit was my favorite TV show back when it was actually on. Sergeant J, what was the first video game you ever played? So, for Christmas one year, my parents got me and my brother our very first video game system, which was the Super Nintendo, and the first game that we played was Super Mario Kart. That was a game I knew that I loved. And last but certainly not least, Gorilla Guppy, when you're editing videos, do you ever just start laughing because your own video is so funny? Actually, I've done that a few times, most notably in the commentary for my very first PwnStars.com shoutcast. I said the line, he's going through bullets like Taylor Swift goes through boyfriends, and I just started fucking laughing afterwards. I had to stop the commentary right then and there because it was too fucking funny. Oh, God, great times. Anyways, people, if you got a question for me that I didn't go over or something you want to know, leave it down in the comments section. I've been TheShwantz27, and I'm making like a wheelbarrow and rolling out. Until next time.